All right, how long has it been as a Chargers fan since it feels like an offseason has just been full of good news? And now here you are in back-to-back years where national media, local media, and everything like that are starting to heap praises on your players. The reason for it is because they've been put in position to succeed. That is what Jim Harbaugh brings, and that actually is why we started this channel. My name's Craig. Me and my buddy Chris started this channel about a year ago. We are Detroit Lions fans. We actually have 3 total channels. Sports Talk Detroit. Our second one is Sports Talk Extra, where we talk about a bunch of different NFL teams. And then we wanted to do an individual channel here for the Chargers just because it fits. We love Harbaugh. I got a picture of him right there. And signed, by the way. And I love me some Michigan Wolverines. And being a Michigan native, all right, like I love the Wolverines. But I'm going to talk to you just about some of the news that has been going out, including not one, but 2 players that are believed to be ready to be absolute great players. One is a player that I need to talk about, and I think is going to have a tremendous season, and I don't think it gets talked about enough. One's on offense, one's on defense. The offensive one I'm going to get out of the way early because it's Justin Herbert. I need to talk about it, though. There is not enough Justin Herbert love around the NFL. So I want to know, is there enough Justin Herbert love with you? Do you believe Justin Herbert is a top 5 quarterback in this league, or do you view him more as like he's a good quarterback. When he's on, we can win. When he's not, we don't. Like, the way I look at it, Justin Herbert's the reason the Chargers have stayed relevant. And last year, with a new offensive system, with a new head coach, with a new offensive coordinator, he went from being a big-armed gunslinger quarterback to an extremely efficient quarterback. And then when you look at how the Chargers did not completely ignore the receiving core this season, they drafted Trey Harris, they drafted Rondé Gadsden, they bring back Mike Williams, McConkey's coming back, Johnson's coming back. Like, you look at all these different things, not to mention they upped their running game, which always helps a passing game. If Herbert can keep that same efficiency, but then can move into getting better weapons, it was really interesting. PFF put out a list of their best quarterbacks. And one of the things that the top 10 quarterbacks outside of Patrick Mahomes had in common is that they were also PFF's list of best receiving core. And so I know this is just a crazy shock to think about, but a better pass-catching unit, whether it's wide receivers, tight ends, or running backs, and a better offensive line, guess what that equates to? Better quarterback play. I think so often we think to ourselves that great quarterbacks, it doesn't matter who they're throwing to. All right, look at a rival of yours, the Kansas City Chiefs, right? Patrick Mahomes goes out and is just gangbusters, right, to start his career. And everybody's like, wow, is this guy one of the best quarterbacks ever? I mean, like 5 years into his career. But what he has shown over the last 2 to 3 seasons, as Tyreek Hill is gone and Travis Kelce is starting to slow down, right? And the wide receiving core isn't as good, and he's throwing to Juju Smith-Schuster, and he's throwing to a rookie Rashee Rice, and he's throwing to a rookie Xavier Worthy, and he doesn't quite have the same weapons that he had before. What he has shown is that he's not statistically even a top 10 or 15 quarterback. You need to have weapons. So when people are like, oh, well, he didn't throw for 4,000 yards last year, Herbert, okay, but he had like 3 picks. And while he didn't always have open receivers, he wasn't throwing it to the other team. One of the hardest things to do when you don't have a crap ton of talent around you is to not turn the ball over. And he did that. And he moved this offense well. So now as the weapons continue to get better, I expect this to just be sky is the limit. All right. So what about the other side of this? All right. An article recently on CBS believes the other side on the defensive side believes that Tari Still could become a household name in 2025. I have talked about this, all right? It did not take long for Still to go from 5th-round pick to one of the most important members of the Chargers defense. If you don't go out and make a play for Jalen Ramsey, this is CB1, very possibly. All right? And he has an opportunity to vault to just another level. All right? Here's what Sullivan for CBS wrote, and I'll show it to you. All right? He said LA's secondary was silently overhauled this offseason. Their willingness to let those players go may indicate they are comfortable with the likes of Still ascending into a bigger role in the secondary. Still was a 5th-round pick out of Maryland in 2024 and was solid during his rookie season. He started 12 of his 14 games played, totaled 62 tackles, 10 pass breakups, and 4 interceptions. That is not easy to do. All right, but here's the thing that the Chargers have. They have defensive backs coach Steve Clinkscale. All right, he was at Michigan. He's a phenomenal defensive back coach. All right, he said we were just talking, and he said how he's seeing things a lot clearer. All right, this was last month. He said he listened to us last year, but he couldn't really hear us because it just wasn't a clear picture for him with a lot of moving parts. Now it's slower for him, and he actually hears us and understands us. He then went on to say Tarhib has really done that. He's really grown up and matured. He accepts coaching and criticisms even in a different way. He did last year too, but it's even better because he had success. So now he knows it works. He's done a really good job, man. So you have the coach talking him up, which a coach should, but he doesn't lie. He's not lying about this. Last year, he played 14 games. He started 12. In that, he had 10 PBUs, almost a pass breakup, a start, and 4 picks. He did that while the game was still going too fast for him and he couldn't understand fully the concepts. He did that on pure talent. Like, I don't understand how a guy like Tarhib Still lasts till the 5th round. I don't. He was an extremely athletic corner, and things just probably didn't click for him in college fully. He was at Maryland. Like, I'm sorry. It's not great defensive coaching at Maryland. It's not. And so you have that natural talent. You go to the NFL. You go in a system with the Chargers where they have a great defensive coordinator. They have a great defensive backs coach. It is a system that is set up for success. So it goes from, oh, crap, to, oh, yeah, right? And that is what you're seeing. So just a couple of back-to-back good news things here that I saw, but I think it's exciting for you as Chargers fans to be hearing these good things. It's nice to have players on your team that are playing better than their drafted position than worse, isn't it? Doesn't it feel good? And that happens because you have a GM and a head coach that are on the same page, and you have a coaching staff that puts the players in a position to succeed. All right, hope you enjoyed it. Hit that subscribe button if you're still listening. Why not? And thank you so much for watching. See you on the next one.